my friend.
Okay, well, I'm Deputy Winchester, Blaine County Sheriff's.
It's not my friend I'm waiting for.
Don't worry, it's me, the Flash. I heard there was disturbances in this vicinity.
It's not the friend I'm waiting for. He'll be just.
I'm here to expose
City, but can I go ahead and get your
any
ID, sir?
injustices that may be taking place here.
Yes, there's an injustice that's taking place currently. You're parked on a fucking sidewalk. Can I see your ID, please?
Of course. My name is the Flash.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
All right, Mr. Flash, just see your identification, please.
I'm sorry, do you want to know my secret identity?
No, I want to know your state identity.
I'm sorry, I will not be giving you that information.
All right, well then, at the
I'll be
moment,
off.
can you just put your-
Oh, no, you shouldn't do
Sir,
that.
don't do it.
Oh, I can't let my identity be exposed. Not this soon. If they know who I am, it's gonna put my mother in danger. Your mother is dead. All right. I think the coast is clear. Let's go back and talk to the suspect.
Can you not see the window smashed and the lights out?
I just figured it looked naturally like this piece of crap.
Oh man, this is my beautiful baby right here. My baby mama, they gave me this shit.
Wait, did he crash? I think he let me go. Oh, possibly another crime. I best follow. Excuse me.
Yo, what's up?
How are you doing? Can you pull
Good,
over?
how are
I'd
you?
like to speak with you.
Sure, go ahead and round to the right.
All right.
Yeah, direct. I got him on my 20 here, westbound Adams Apple.
What? What do you mean?
Hey, don't move, don't move.
Hold on.
Don't get on, don't, stop. Stop, don't get on
Okay,
that bike.
of course. Oh, shit.
What do you
Oh.
not understand about don't get on the bike?
Oh, what is this about? Oh,
I got him in custody here, westbound Adams Apple. I'm gonna need 52s for medical treatment.
medical treatment? What do you mean?
Touch 427 en route. Latest 911 and greatest I was here for.
Yeah, at this time you have the right to remain silent. I think you said a cannon will be used against you. on
Of
the court of
course.
law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you by the state. Do you understand your rights? I've read them to you.
I do. What is this about?
You were evading police.
Evading police? Of course not.
Evading police. Policies.
I would never break the law.
Of course you wouldn't. That's why you tried to get
Yo,
on the
Lone
bike.
Tag, thank you for the 1,500 biddies, man.
Yes, ma'am. Is this the same individual? Winchester or no? What? Denver or yours, boss? Yep. Oh, yours.
All right. Hello again.
This is
Mr.
bullshit.
Flash.
I did not want to show him my secret identity. He tried to force me to give my card to him. I did nothing.
Yes, you did. You failed to identify to a peace officer, and then you fled.
It's my secret identity.
No, it's your state identity. It's not really a secret if the state knows it.
I disagree.
I mean, what's your what's your name then?
My name is the Flash. I don't want anybody to know my secret
Oh.
identity.
Oh.
I'm assuming this gentleman is the one. I'm guessing he has taser prongers on the back.
What, who's? No, he's thinking about something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he got tased in the butt.
Ooh, ouch.
Really good butt shots.
Alright, go ahead, Kate. You're here to
Oh, yes.
medically treat.
Hey, how you doing?
Are we really going to jail for this?
She just run over the
Yep.
fire
Yeah.
He was illegally parked.
hydrant. I'll be fine.
It's all good. Clean.
Oh, God. Can you put my towel back on?
Oh, come on. Cover it up, man.
I can't
Pull
cover it up.
Turn
My-
around.
I'm cuffed. You're going to need to put it back on.
Stop jiggling. It's unnecessary.
Diaz, you want me to pound my car?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Are you really going to put me away for not identifying myself for illegally parking?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Alright, he's all your.
It must be a
Thank
really
you very
slow
much,
crime
ladies.
day.
I love you.
Bye
All right,
bye.
sir. I'm Deputy Winchester with the Blaine County
Love you
Sheriff's
too.
Office. This time you have the right to
Oh,
remain
shit.
silent.
Oh,
Anything
God.
you do or say can and will be held against you. Oh, God, run away! Ah, I can only run so fast.
My bike! That man! You're committing a
Anyway,
crime,
we're
sir.
gonna get a medical for local in the roadway.
You did this.
I most certainly did not. I just got here. Huh. Anything you do or say can and will be held against you in the court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot
I'd like a
afford
lawyer.
one will be afforded to you by the state at no cost if available.
I'd like a bench trial.
Well, I don't know if those things are, like I said, it's if available. We will do our best to accommodate for you, sir.
All
All right.
incredible.
Before I set you in here, do you have anything on you I need to know about? I'm really hoping you say no, because the only other place I could think to
Go and
actually
get
do
him.
something I really don't
Wait,
get
that's
to
an
do.
EMS. You could be assisting right now. Look at you.
Oh shit.
You did this.
No.
You did
Yeah,
this.
city problem.
You did this.
I didn't do anything. I'm just standing here.
I did good.
My inhaler.
Taylor, where is it? There's not really many
It's
places
under
where
my
you can do that.
towel.
Is that guy right? Is Winchester? What's he doing to him?
I don't know. Does he need a fire?
Where's your inhaler?
I have a fire. Can you just, we should just leave
Go,
this
go, go,
out.
go, 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 go.
Really, my subject needs medical again. He just started breathing all crazy and then passed out.
Alright, Kate, go ahead and take a look. See what you see if there's anything you can do.
It says he needs an inhaler, so but it was underneath his towel, so he made me drop it to look for it, and then he passed out.
Okay, did you find the inhaler?
No, I didn't find much of anything, if you know what I mean.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna search for the inhaler here. Nice and gentle.
Can I fucking help you, sir?
Yep. Nope.
not like
This
you've
is
never seen
definitely
that
not the
before,
inhaler.
goddamn.
Just keep. Okay. Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. All right. Here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and hold this up to him. See if I can get him to breathe some in. Sir, I need you to go ahead and just take a deep breath here as I push this
Okay.
down. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
Go around, sir. You want to look at penis? Just go look it up on Google. Pull out your
Okay,
phone.
and hold your
Gurgle.
breath. You know
Show
how
me a
you know how your
fucking
inhaler
penis.
works. Hold
It's
your breath
that
for
easy.
me.
Now get a move on.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and then go ahead and let it out. Nice and easy. Alright, do you feel like you need another one? We can do another one, hold for 30 seconds, and then go
Okay.
ahead and let it
All
out,
right.
okay? Alright, here you go.
Oh,
Perfect.
boy.
Okay, there you go. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling a lot better.
Okay, alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this inhaler back where I found it.
Okay, thank
Did
you.
you find it?
Hmm?
I was just curious where you did find it.
You know,
No,
I
I'm just
just
making
kind
the
of
noise.
rummaged around under the towel until I felt something that felt like an inhaler.
All right, works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just start putting stuff from under his towel in his mouth until he breathes right.
I'm gonna sue
Yep.
you.
Well, that's your right to do it. It is America.
I am not amused. My mother will hear of this.
Well, I hope she does. Maybe she'll smack some sense into you, son.
For what? I
right,
identified
let's go
myself. I said my name was the Flash.
No, I needed your state identification.
You do
All right,
not
young
need
kid,
me
here,
to
we'll
present
get you
anything.
tucked in here.
I've read plenty of comic books to know better.
What? When the comic books have the show of law, they always... Oh, Jesus. Slide in there, you slippery sucker. God damn, that could have been you on that bike. It would have just self-detonated and taken you with
You
it.
did this. That was my bike.
I didn't do it.
You did this.
What was that?
I think that's our new. I think that's my new phrase.
308
You did
around
this.
Mr. Rapidi 11095.
I think that's the new phrase. You did this. You did this, smiley face. I'm getting arrested for, well,
Where's all your clothes, son?
these are my clothes.
No, that's not clothes. That's a fucking towel.
I'd like to see my lawyer now.
No, we'll try and get you one. Well, first I gotta get you inside. I gotta get you tucked away.
You failed
come
this
on,
city
Djibouti.
today.
Come on, Djibouti. Let's go. Go in front of me. I'm gonna support you so you don't slip and fall.
He needs an extra life?
Go
I
on in.
think so too. I'm genuinely shocked I'm going to jail for this. Failure to identify. Come on, man. I hope we get a lawyer. We're totally going to fight this.
All right, what do we have available out here? Let's do number 5. Come on right here, sir.
All right.
All right, let's see if
I
can
will
get my
fight this
keys
in
and not
court,
stick.
and I will win.
Come on, stick. There we go. All right, I look.
It's
forward to
already
this, sir.
sticking.
All right, go and turn around for me. I'll get your handcuffs off.
Tja.
All right. Any preference if there is a lawyer available?
I'd like any lawyer, any good one.
Well, I don't know if any of them are good, but we'll see what we got available out here. Hang tight for me, son.
All right, so basically, what the officer's saying is that you did evade from him after he tried to.
I did not
effect a
evade.
traffic stop with you.
What would you call it?
Driving off. I told you I was not going to give you my ID. I left.
Okay.
And
that
if
would
you
be
were
amazing.
chasing me, then why didn't you chase me? And why is it that you said nothing once I returned?
I tried to say something, but you swung by and then took off again, and I was pretty critically injured at that point. I had to stop and wait for an ambulance to come get me.
That doesn't sound like pursuing to me. That sounds like you did a crime. You crashed into somebody else's house. Did you pay for it?
Yes, I did. It came out of my insurance.
Really? So you wouldn't do... I don't believe
What do you
you.
think insurance
You
is
did
for?
this.
Whenever accidents happen,
You
the
did this.
insurance covers the damages.
He did what? What did he do?
He put me in this position. I have a clean record. I want to be a
He
police
does have
officer.
a clean record, at least
And you're gonna
according
tarnish
him.
I
this.
don't know that. I can't tell if he has a clean record because I don't know who he is yet.
I feel like he's trying to get my secret
How can we
identity.
say he has a clean record when we don't know? Ah, pretty decent point, huh?
No, I'm just thinking.
Come on, Murphy, you
All
can
right,
do
you want
this.
to keep thinking while we ride to the courthouse and get fingerprinting done?
Well, I'm just thinking because the whole point of him calling me down here is he doesn't want his secret identity to get out. He's like, it's like a superhero.
Is he going to pursue the charges?
Yeah.
I see. Can we bring this to bench?
Oh,
Well,
we
you
need a
still have to
judge
identify
for that.
yourself to the judge, so it's just going to make everything even more public.
This
It is
man was
entirely
not
up to you,
pursuing
sir.
me. He did not turn on his lights. He did not turn on his sirens.
I did. My lights were literally on when you pulled up.
Well, I mean, if they were already on when you pulled up, then how is he supposed to assume that it's for him?
They weren't originally for him. I was out dealing with another issue, and then he decided to insert himself into the situation. And
I did
ordered him
not
to
assert
stop.
anything.
Then he
I
fled,
stood there.
Sounds
and I
very
attempted to chase him
confusing.
with sirens on. That's not very confusing at all.
It is very confusing. I'm a part-time news reporter.
Most people don't just leave an area thinking they're free to go at over 100 miles an hour through a residential neighborhood, sir.
I had somewhere to be. Crimes are taking place all over the city.
Yeah, and you caused like 3 of them.
I didn't cause anything. You did this. This man over here
well,
caused
he
an
is-
explosion.
You
My
caused
vehicle is
support
gone.
traffic. You evaded from police at over 100 miles an hour through a residential neighborhood, as you just agreed to.
This
You
man's a
didn't contest that
criminal.
One bit.
Who do you work for?
I work for Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
Who's paying you?
The state.
I think
Bullshit.
he means who's greasing the wheels of the law, of justice.
Well, I mean, if you want to go the long way, then the taxpayers are paying me. I get the taxpayers, they pay the state in different things. I think most of my financing comes from like county property taxes. And then that money gets filtered through a treasury, and that goes out and distributed out to our funds for the different departments. That gets the departments determine
Sounds
how
criminal.
much determine how much I get paid. It's not criminal; it's bureaucracy.
Sounds like money laundering to me.
Money laundering.
So this taxpayers gang,
Mhm.
they threaten to do anything if you don't play ball with their demands.
No, they don't have
Interesting.
demands.
Interesting.
Murphy, is there anything we can do?
I
Yeah, you can identify yourself.
I did. My name is The Flash.
I don't see any way to get around.
My name
identifying
is
yourself.
literally The Flash. I don't know what more I can say.
Well, we'll have to take it down to the courthouse to get you identified.
Yeah, there's really not much I can do about the identification thing. They're just gonna force you to do
That's
it.
really too bad.
All right, while we figure out the rest of this, let's go ahead and get you taken down there and fingerprinted. If you would please, Mr. Flash, can you turn around, just put your hands to the bars, and I'll get you handcuffed and we'll get you walked out.
All right.
All right, face away from me, put your hands to the bars.
You're really going to do this?
What do you mean I'm really going to do this? Come on, cooperate with
You
us here.
did this.
Yes, I am literally putting these handcuffs on you. I did do that. Mr. Braun, do you want to ride with me? You can ride shotgun if you like.
Yeah, I'll just come with you.
All right.
While you have me down here, crime is taking place in the city. They need me.
Yeah, you're distracting me away from being able to take care
I'm
of
not
the real
distracting
shit.
anything.
No, you're distracting a lot of shit with
You
that
chose to
stuff
do
you're wearing.
this.
mean, I think you both have better things you could be doing. I think that's definitely a valid point.
You did this. I really don't want to go. I don't want my identity to get out. Please. Please.
Is he okay?
Possibly. I'm not a medical expert.
He sounds like he's hyperventilating back there. Jesus.
What does that even look like? I didn't go to doctor school.
I don't know. It sounds like someone goes.
Oh. 308 medical. Can I get one of y'all to meet me at the courthouse? Do what?
I would say it was like an asthma attack almost.
I'll be there shortly. I just need you to check on my prisoner again. You might need to get your gloves, Andy. Oh, that was a wild turn. Is she actually going to try and beat us there? No! I want to beat you here.
I gotcha. I'm not gonna let you get run over.
What?
I got him.
Oh, that's weird. What?
Yeah.
Get,
Yep.
Alright.
let go of me, Mr. Brown. Okay.
Oh shit, he's passed out.
Yep, let me know when you're ready for me to look at him. I can't hear you.
You might need to shake the dirt off of him.
Okay, alright.
I'm just gonna stand over here. That view is definitely
Alright.
something else.
I'm gonna help you out, okay?
I thought you were standing there for a particular reason.
Why are you running circles around me?
Hi, Murphy.
Ma'am, can you please stay back? Do you realize we have
Hi,
an individual
sorry.
down here who's...
Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Hi, Murphy.
Alright,
Hi.
if you feel woozy or anything like that, feel free to lean on me.
What's up?
What's up? I love you.
Alright, 1 to 10.
I need
how
a
you
doctor.
feeling? I don't actually think you do, but if
I
you
do need a
really-
doctor. I just had an asthma attack.
If you're okay with it, I can take him down to pillbox and have him checked
Fantastic.
We can do that after I get him identified.
I need
Okay.
medical attention.
If he looks okay immediately, then we can go ahead and take him upstairs, and then
He
we'll
looks
take him to the
okay right
hospital
now.
again.
I need medical attention.
We will get that for you as soon as possible,
We can
sir.
get that afterwards. Thank you.
out. You sound like you're breathing really well, honestly. You don't sound like it, but I will definitely take you up there after.
There it
we're
is
done.
again. It's like an asthma attack.
Put your mask on him right now.
Do something, Jesus. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna get some Vicks vapor rub and some herbal tea for you, or
Please.
whatever you need.
I don't know if my breathing's gonna be okay.
You're gonna be fine. All right, you're gonna be fine.
There you go. There you go. It's oxygen. Breathe in normally.
Do you have an inhaler? Anything
you
that
go.
you keep on you?
I have an inhaler under my towel.
Under your towel, officer.
What do you mean, officer?
I'm
Well,
so
ain't the
sorry.
lawyer or the fucking lady medic
Sheriff.
gonna be grabbing an inhaler from under there?
Why not? She's a medical. She should be able to
You
reach under
did
there,
this.
right? I'm not a medical
You did
professional.
this.
I can't-
Now
I
grab
can't
my
extract-
inhaler.
I can't extract an inhaler from your body.
It's underneath my towel.
It's life or death.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's life or death or me.
What? This man's gonna drop down and die. He can't breathe.
You did this.
I didn't do anything. All right, well, how about I release it and we just kind of jiggle and see if anything falls out?
Nothing's falling out. It's attached to the side. You're gonna need to
There you go. Just let it drop to the floor. Now jiggle. Jiggle.
You're gonna need to reach up there.
Jiggle. You will jiggle that shit or I will punch it out of you.
Dude, you threatening to punch my
What?
client?
No, it's a cordial thump. I'm pretty sure I saw it on TV.
You're
It's
not
not jiggling out. I'm
your
trying. You're
actions
gonna
on
need
your
to grab
training,
it.
You're gonna base it on TV?
Well, I'm not medically trained. I could do more
Go
damage
ahead.
trying to get in there.
Go for it.
Are you or aren't you medically trained? Because I've heard both from different cops.
What? I'm not. Some cops may be medically trained. I'm not.
If you could pat him down and get his inhaler, I can take care of that.
I don't know about this.
All right, let's see if I got something.
It's strapped to my inner thigh. It should be there.
I'll just like poke it with a flashlight or something.
All right.
Just there.
There it is.
Just trying to knock it out. There.
Oh, okay,
There, it
I
fell
see it.
out.
All right. Okay, I got it. All right. How many puffs do you normally have to have?
I need 2.
2. Okay.
Poor guy.
There you go. All right. Oxygen mask is back on as
Thank
well.
you.
You should be good.
I'm gonna be suing.
I'm gonna keep that oxygen mask on you just in case.
That is the American
This
thing to
poor
do.
guy.
You see this? He did this.
He sure did. He sure did.
All right, Philip. Let's get you up here and identified. Do. Oh boy.
10-4, I'm rerouting to your...
All right, sir. Don't rub your fingers on the button until I let you know.
All right.
Is that me or is that you?
Yes, Olivia.
Whoops. Oh well.
There's a judge. I'd like a bench trial.
Yeah, we'll get that done.
I'm at
All
the
right.
courthouse where
Whenever
you left
the
me.
option becomes available for you, you need to press your fingers against the fingerprinting machine, and it will punch out a little
I'm at
ticket
work.
for you that has your identification. Let me know when that's done.
Okay.
What?
Oh, there he is.
I can't reach my hands over. You're gonna need to
All right, I
uncuff
gotta
me.
go. I'm doing stuff.
That's
I'll
not going to
talk
happen.
you soon.
They got one underneath. You see right under here, under this desk?
How am I gonna
You
get
can,
my
like,
hands
lift
on
your
there?
up. Yeah, that's why your hands are behind your back. It's on the underside
apparently
of the
there's a
desk
judge
right here.
somewhere.
I can't
So
seem
we're
to
going to
reach.
put you over here.
Probably
Yeah,
the
so you're going
next,
to turn around,
next door over.
face me, and then put your hands underneath it, and put your fingers up against it.
Take it the blackjack game is over.
Yeah, right there. Just feel it.
I can't seem
Like a
to.
piece of glass.
I can't seem
Like a
to
piece of
touch it.
glass.
Just waiting.
I just have a
No, not on the gray
have
part. The
have
wooden
an
part.
asthmatic
Where the
Little
wooden
lower.
part? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
who's being mistreated
Underneath
by the
there.
police
Right
now.
about there. You feel that glass?
I just tweeted. Hey, please ignore it.
Okay.
I ignore all your tweets, don't worry.
Excuse me, Judge.
Uh-huh.
I need your help.
With what?
This man wants my secret identity.
No, we need your state identity. Put your fingers against the glass and retrieve the identification card.
I need help.
My client is contesting the charges that would be PC for this identity check, so that's kind of the conundrum we're in right now.
Oh.
I can't seem to get the ID.
Well, I can't really do anything unless he has been charged with anything.
I can't charge him unless I identify him.
Sounds like a sticky situation. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the show.
I honestly cannot get the ID.
Do you not have enough money?
No, he gave me the money, but it doesn't let me.
You gotta take his handcuffs off.
I
That
told
really-
him that.
all right.
I told him that 10 times.
Since
He won't
when?
listen.
We haven't
You
had to
did
do that
this.
Ever. These are the worst upgrades ever.
I told you 10 times. You did this.
Yeah.
Since when do I need to identify myself when I didn't commit a crime?
Forever.
It's
Get
a
the
different
identification
system,
card.
yeah.
That's a good point. If you don't commit a crime, you shouldn't have to identify.
That's true.
Now he's
But he
forcing me to
did.
buy an ID and identify myself in front of all these people.
This could be
Well,
a
he
precedent.
did
Hey, it
allegedly
doesn't even matter
commit
if I
reckless
charge him with a
evading, but
crime,
he's
sir.
contesting
Hey.
that he
All
evaded
right,
because
all
your
right,
lights
before-
were already on
Coyote,
when he got
hold
there.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
If I suspect him of a crime and he's detained, he has to identify himself.
I
Correct.
did.
Even if
My
I'm
name
not
is the
charging him
Flash.
with a crime, he still has to identify.
If you
That is
have
not your
if
identity.
you have a reasonable, articulate suspicion of a crime and can
I
name
just
that
have to
crime,
see
then
how
yes,
drunk
you
you
can
are.
ID.
Literally
Judging
saw
by
him
how
driving
slowly
oncoming
you get
traffic
out.
and drive his bike on a sidewalk.
Well,
I
don't tell me
simply
details.
came to a news reporter station.
That's up to you.
I
to
came
figure
over
out.
and I asked him,
Well, that's what I saw, and I asked him to stop. Now
I'm going
I
to take
need
this to
your
court.
identification.
I want a bench trial.
You're a get one, but you
Excuse
gotta
me,
identify your
Sheriff?
fucking self.
My name is the Flash. I've said it 10 times.
Oh my fucking Christ!
Oh,
Get
well,
the
well,
identification
well,
card.
Are you doing saboteur?
It says the
Alright.
Flash.
Better
I
than you.
told you.
Kim
Why?
Yeah, what's up,
Sam?
Sam?
Excuse me, Sheriff.
Well, you
I'm
know
up
why.
I'm up 42,000 today. Why are you better?
The Flash. do
Because I
you
got the most
still
beautiful wife
need a
ever.
doctor's attention?
fuck. I mean,
No, I should be good.
Oh, what are you
Okay,
engaged now?
thank you.
But maybe I should go
apologize.
down there just in
You should.
case.
You should. What are you
If he
waiting
needs
for?
transport, can you provide that?
Yeah, you know what they're gonna
Well, it's
need,
not a
Mr.
prison
Flash,
break.
if you
I
go
get
to
it.
the
Where's the judge
hospital.
They talk to the judge.
They're
You know
gonna
what
need
it's
an
going to say?
identification
It's going to
card
say
and
the
a
Flash
charge too.
on my ID card.
Well, I need to see
He's-
your
he's in
identification
here.
card. 'Cause I
I
need your
think
license number.
I think he's back. You gotta drop everything.
Oh,
I
I
think.
see. I see. I gotta wait. Okay.
All right.
I think we should just take this to bench trial.
I agree. We're already here.
We will, but the judge is still going to need an identification
Bill
card.
Murphy.
I still need to identify you. I
Yeah,
still
what's
have
up,
to write
Sam?
a report on this.
Ah, good to see you again. How you been?
The license is under the
Oh,
towel.
you know,
May I
just,
reach?
enjoying my retirement.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you're
What
tired. I
if
saw you
it's
out
under
in
your
the
towel?
open.
Reach
Can
and
you
get
back
it.
in business?
And display it for me because I can't
I'm
I think
mostly
he's
see
got
you
a
any
phone,
longer.
but he's
To,
not practicing, right?
Yeah, I'm mostly just trying to hire new lawyers.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I can't hear you over the crowd.
Hey, Murphy.
Yes, reach under your towel and get your identification because
Sammy,
I
you getting a
can't
wedding
see
license?
you any longer. I can't see you.
I'd
in
like a
your towel
private
any longer.
room. I don't want my identity be exposed.
Oh, that's a total.
That's actually reasonable.
Hey, Murphy, I'll be your assistant.
All right, you actually have it though, right?
Why?
Yes.
I can't check you any longer. So
I'm not crazy. You're freaking crazy. I'm not a stalker.
Hey, Winchester.
Murphy.
Go talk to the judge back
Yeah.
there.
I'm taking your client out front again.
Oh, okay. Why?
Do you? Because he needs to show me his identification card, and he doesn't want to
Is
do
he-
it in front of a whole
is
crowd
he
of random
Korean?
people we don't know.
I did nothing.
Oh, okay.
I hear there's Korean flights coming soon. You did this.
I did this. I made this.
You did this. You decided to come after me over nothing.
Do.
Where's that thumb?
I'm holding it underneath your arm. All right. Need your identification, please.
I don't have it anymore.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
I told you, it's disappearing. I tried to explain this when you first talked to me. My pockets are empty.
Yeah, I can't see your pockets any longer. It literally is just.
And my
No
ID
pockets.
literally says the Flash.
It's not meant to be, I guess.
Do you really want
Yeah,
to
I'm
pursue
trying to look
this?
in his pocket, and it's even showing he has none pocket.
I mean, he's wearing a fucking towel, man.
It must have fallen out inside.
So what are we thinking?
I don't know.
It literally says the Flash.
And I accidentally threw $1,000 of my own money at this.
Hey, you know, money is just money, you know?
No, it's not just money. I can barely afford to pay any bills. I don't even have a car or a house. And
Oh,
I still
boo-hoo.
pay my bills.
I was
you gotta
about to,
pay.
you were about to ruin my entire life by throwing me into prison over nothing.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I wasn't going to put you in prison. I was going to issue a citation and cut your ass loose.
Why would you give me a citation over something so stupid?
All right, he's got you there.
No, it's really
You
not
did
stupid.
this.
It's what literally the
You
entirety
did this.
of San Andreas citizens population has decided should be against the law. They did it by voting.
There was no voting. This isn't a democracy.
It is a democracy. They voted
No,
for
it's
the
not.
mayor. The mayor went through the Senate.
There's no
pushed all these
elected
things,
officials.
Yeah, it's-
Everybody's an appointed.
I don't know why this is
autocratic
happening.
official in the city. This is not a democracy.
Look at you. About to have it. I about had it with all this.
I
This
have
is
too.
nonsense. This is ridiculous.
We best go our separate ways.
No. We still need to identify you.
My name is the Flash. My name is the
I-
Flash.
I need to know what your full state name is and your identification number.
Why didn't you ask that question then?
I literally have asked it like 5 times.
No, you said what is your name? I said the Flash.
I have asked you. How many times have I asked for his state name and state identity?
I don't have an ID.
multiple times.
I tried to get an ID. It fell out of my
I
towel.
know, we tried to get one and now we have an issue. Now I need to
I don't
figure out
have
how to
any
resolve this
pockets,
issue.
as you can see. Do you see any pockets on me? Take a look.
I'm not gonna look. Come on, sir. No, no, no.
Just look under the towel, man.
Put that away. All right, tell you what, before we do any more towel lifting, just gonna put these back on. No. Just no. No.
I mean,
Maybe you
you're
want to
asking
check
him
my
show
other
you something,
pocket.
That's all he's got to show you. Is the flash of that donger.
You did this.
All right, I guess let's go see the judge. We'll let him
I
figure
think
this
that's
out.
best.
Dude, I can't believe our inventory bugged. Out of all the characters it could have bugged on, it bugged on the character trying to hide his secret identity. On a character who has a towel with no pockets. On a
Which one do
character
you think
whose
they're in?
towel keeps falling off.
It's this one.
It's kind of amazing.
Think they're in here?
Probably.
9 Sam Nora 092 Ida Sam. Said again slower. When you said Nora, I fell asleep. 9 Sam Nora 092 Ida Sam. You say Ida? Ida is an I, yeah. Could have picked any other thing, but you used Ida. India.
What does that
is that better for
sound?
you? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, India is usually the preferred. Never mind.
I don't know. We use Ada.
All right, so it should be in garage Q.
Thank you.
Cross street.
Appreciate it.
Tim Lee over here, real quick.
Thank you.
You did this.
Oh, all the way?
Flash, are you arrested?
This man wanted my
Flash
secret
is
identity.
under arrest.
And then when I drove off, he tried to say I was evading him. Now he's trying to arrest me for a citation.
Did you flash him?
He's touched my ballsack, yes.
Many times.
Oh my.
He won't believe me that my name is the Flash, even though I keep telling him it is the Flash.
Ma'am, he did not flash the officer multiple times. He had a inhaler for his asthma underneath his towel.
Yeah, he keeps.
I
his
mean,
business
flashing is
cards
not
down
illegal in
there.
the state.
That's right.
Listen,
Yes.
if you guys don't want to do a bench trial, stop talking about the goddamn case.
Can we?
Okay, well,
inject before that?
the case is not about flashing. That's not illegal.
Yeah,
It's
we're
over
just
a
kinda
citation,
We're just kind
apparently.
of waiting on you because you got like a
Right.
lot of people here for
All right. Oh, let me guess. You got to do taxes, right?
No. Well, I don't know about
You
Jordan.
did
but
this.
We had it.
Shall we just go in the courtroom so we stop jabbering?
That we need to get fixed.
You have a bunch of vehicles. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to have Labar to handle those. Because I would
yo,
go
props
do
to
a
the
recall
cop
for you,
for
but I don't know
taking
how.
my shit.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
And
Props
someone
to
could
the
show
cop
me
for
how,
taking
but
my
that just
shit.
seems like a lot of work. And once I do know how, then I'll have to do it. So I avoid knowing how.
All right, I'll be back. If we're going to the
Okay.
courtroom, I gotta put some stuff in my car.
Yeah, you'll probably be around tonight.
Yeah, you put away your crack, Murphy. We're gonna walk you through here.
Will you let me know regarding the threat, Judge?
All right, step into the scanner.
Yep. I'll have to pull up the stuff. It takes a little bit to get into it.
Okay.
Which one?
Hey.
His name is Don. He told me to call him if I
Yeah, I finally talked to Don. When I was,
okay, good.
I was in a coma. He was looking everywhere for me. Yeah.
So,
for 7 days.
is this guy wanting a
Slippy.
bench trial or what?
Yeah. We still can't
He fell
identify
off the
the
crane?
fool, and now he needs to step into the scanner.
Oh, I don't see it.
It's a wrong story.
You still haven't ID'd him?
No, there's an issue with the identification.
He allowed my ID to slip out of my towel. I tried to tell him.
Actually, you can't.
My name is the
No,
Flash.
We can't look through his towel at all now.
And they'll tell you. You gotta
Hold
get
on,
record
one
of it
moment.
again. I don't think they observe that here. They were probably just they're probably just busy. And if you're
Drunk?
talking across, I'm not gonna help you.
I looked through his towel. He don't have anything on him.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is he
What, are
had
you drunk?
like waters and sandwiches and things like that, and if you look at the top, you can't
look drunk.
see none of his inventory.
He allowed everything to fall out of my towel when it fell off. And he would not have readjusted.
So you lost your ID?
That's right. It might be on the floor somewhere.
Well, this is how this is gonna work. If we can't figure out who you are and you are found guilty of these crimes, we'll have to put you on a hold for ICE.
I understand.
All right.
For a citation.
Your Honor. Oh.
Well, showing your garage.
All right. Do you need me to hold your hand when we go through here?
I think the judge just had a issue.
I believe so.
All right. Do you need me to come back for you, Mr. Braun?
What's that?
Do you need me to come back for
You
you?
will
and hold
lose
your hand when we
today.
go through here?
I'll be able to make it in there.
Okay.
Yo, Best, this is so good.
All right. Mr. Braun, did you hear what the judge said to him?
What did the judge say to him?
That's why I didn't want to continue. Okay, so you need to make sure the judge, because the judge gave him basically a semi-ultimatum. So I need to make sure that he didn't just make that decision without conferring with you, since you didn't hear it.
Well, I don't need to really talk to Mr.
Your
Brown
Honor.
to make that decision, but I can go ahead and
Well,
tell Mr.
no,
Brown.
not that you make the decision. I just want to make sure because you gave him an option.
I did.
And
So this is how
he
this is gonna
didn't-
work. I understand this is for a quote-unquote citation, but well, it depends. What's the crime?
All right, so the original crime was for operating a motor vehicle opposite side of the roadway and driving on a sidewalk, which led to a reckless evading charge.
So he's been charged with reckless evading.
10-4.
That's not a citation.
Well, I know the original citations were for driving on oncoming traffic.
Okay. So it is a charge, and it's not a violation of city ordinance, which a citation for any traffic violation would be. Traffic violations aren't a crime; they're merely a violation of ordinance. But reckless evading is a crime, and just like any crime, and anyone in America that commits a crime, they have to be identified. And when anyone cannot be identified whenever they are in America and they have committed a crime, they are held for ICE. Now, if you're found guilty of this crime, we're going to find out who you are, and we're going to hold you till we do.
No pressure, Murphy.
No pressure.
All right. Let's get this show on the road. Reckless evading's a charge, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Winchester, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, up to Ghost Stalker?
I do swear.
All righty. Tell me what happened.
All right, sir. I was responding to a 1011 in progress, which is a assault with a man with a deadly weapon. Arrived on scene to a residential household to find the homeowner was just trying to hatchet his tree down in his front lawn that he did not want on property anymore. I was closing out dealing with that issue when the client we have over here identified himself as Mr. Flash, drove up on the scene and
You just call him a
parked his-
client?
What you know what? He's a client of the Department of Corrections right now.
Are you working for him?
Look, all right, Your Honor, please. It's been a long day.
I know
Okay.
it.
All right, so the defendant got it.
So the defendant drove his motorcycle into oncoming traffic and then up onto the sidewalk where he stopped on his white motorcycle.
There was no traffic.
He tried to insert himself into our situation, asking if what was going on, and if I don't know, he was talking, babbling about. And I said, "Well, now there is a situation. I need to have your identification, sir." He refused. I told him I need his identification. I need him to stop and identify
Let me get to the bottom
himself.
of this. So what situation was happening?
The situation originally was that we got a phone call about someone assaulting someone with a deadly weapon, but it was just a homeowner chopping
All
a
right,
tree
so
down.
I'll
in the
be
front yard.
you, and you'll be the person chopping the tree. All right, and we'll have this conversation right here. Let's role play it out. All right, let's role play it out. Come over here.
You're gonna be the person chopping
Yeah.
the tree.
No, I'm gonna be you.
Okay.
All right, he's
Alright.
gonna be you.
All right. BCSO, tell me exactly what happened.
Well, that's not how I approached it.
Well, how'd you approach it?
Hey, sir, I need you to put that axe down and talk to me real quick.
Okay. All right. Yes, I need you to put that axe down. Come talk to me for a second.
Well, you gotta put a little emphasis behind it.
Nah, you probably think you sound pretty tough, but it's pretty beta, honestly.
Well, that's pretty fucked up, Your Honor.
Well, just I'm a brutal.
I moved to have that
judge.
strike from the record.
All right, I'll strike it.
Like it.
All right, so let's
Oh.
do this.
Oh yeah, no problem, sir.
And
Yeah,
when
let
did
me just put-
when did he come into the picture, intervening in the conversation?
Near the very end.
So you telling me that me and you were sitting here role playing this the scenario that happened, and he's gonna come and put himself in the middle of a role play?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, Bick, thank you for the prime sub, my man.
Am I excused back
No,
to my
let's
desk,
continue
Your
it.
Honor?
Let's continue it.
The role play scenario, or
I don't like role playing. It's boring. Let's continue with the what? Tell me the statement.
okay. Anyway, the individual, I said I needed his state identification. I told him I needed him to identify himself. He stated, "I am the Flash." I said, "All right, well, I need your state identification." He said he did not have a state identification. I said, "Well, I'm going to need you to step off and provide that information to me." He decided to turn on his motorcycle and flee away from me at a high rate of speed, which he later admittedly, during questioning, admitted that it was in excess of over 100 miles an hour through a residential neighborhood.
I did
I
not.
intended to pursue with lights and sirens, and within about a half a mile, I crashed into another vehicle and ended up causing damage to another residential home where I had to deal with that separately. And
What?
I lost him.
I'm
He
gonna
actually
stop
turned
you real
around
quick.
and
I'm
returned.
gonna stop you.
Go ahead,
Why'd
sir.
You said you wanted his ID. Why?
Because he was driving a motorcycle on a sidewalk after driving into oncoming traffic.
Okay, you said he was parked on the sidewalk. Was he driving on the sidewalk? Was he parked on the sidewalk?
He drove up onto the sidewalk.
So he wasn't driving on the sidewalk.
He did for at least a foot. That's still operating, still driving.
I get what you're saying, but I think that's no. That's not how that works. That's not at all how that works. And I think you know that's not how that works.
Not at all, sir. He had his motorcycle up on a sidewalk. It's not like he was in a driveway. It's not like he was on a crossing paths with it. He drove up onto the sidewalk, stood on it with a motor engine running, operating it as as you would normally operate the vehicle on a roadway while it was on the sidewalk.
Yeah, but it's a little different because it is a motorcycle.
Okay, so motorcycles are okay to drive on the sidewalk?
They're okay to park on the sidewalk as long as you are on the sidewalk with it. It's kind of like turning off on the side of the road. Like if you want to use your phone and you park on the side of the road, and you use your phone because you don't want to drive, and you don't leave your car alone because you're in it, so you're not parked, you're in it. What's wrong with that?
What was wrong with it was he was operating his motor vehicle on a sidewalk, sir, Your Honor.
He wasn't operating it. He was parked.
He was not parked while he drove it up to the sidewalk and operated it while on there, and then operated it to flee away from me.
Well, we'll get to the fleeing part in a second. So the reason why you wanted to identify him was because he was on the sidewalk.
Well, it's because he drove into oncoming traffic and then drove it onto the sidewalk.
And you saw him driving the oncoming traffic?
Yes, sir.
Did he drive in the oncoming traffic to get on the sidewalk? Or was
He had his
driving the
bit
incoming
turned to
traffic?
me.
To
And
drive
then
onto the
got-
sidewalk.
So he drove
effectively.
into the oncoming traffic to get on the sidewalk.
Yes, sir.
So he was turning.
I would not say so. His vehicle did not make a
I said
definitive
Kindle.
turn
Yeah, that was Kindle.
in more than 45 degrees, I believe. So I would not count that as a turn.
I mean, even if it was at 45 degrees, if you veered off to go to the park on the sidewalk,
So a lane change is a turn, Your Honor?
a lane change?
Yes.
Well, I mean, a lane change and a veering's two different things, right?
I agree.
So I said veer. You said lane change. Don't put words in my mouth.
Well, I'm just trying to get a hold of where your mind is on this, Your Honor. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
I'm trying to figure out why
Right.
you are identifying
Okay.
this guy in the first place.
He did this.
Okay.
Now you told me he was coming to the incoming traffic, but
Yes.
we just talked about that, and it was because he went into oncoming traffic to park. Let's say I was going to go pull into the burger shop, right? And I'm in the right lane, and I go to pull in. The left lane's oncoming traffic. Won't I have to pass that?
I'm sorry. Try again, sir.
Okay. Let's say I'm wanting to pull into the burger shop. I'm in the right lane. All right, and I want to go pull into the driveway of it. Wouldn't I have to go through the left lane, which is oncoming traffic, to get to it?
If you're in the right lane and you need to turn left,
And I need to turn left. Correct.
okay, you would need to lane change into the left lane and give yourself appropriate distance to make a proper turn. You can't turn left from the right lane.
What if there is no middle lane? Can you turn left on the right lane then?
Is it a 4-lane road or are we talking a
2-lane.
2-lane road? Well, I mean, in that case, is the right lane the only lane? I'm not following you here, sir.
You have the oncoming traffic lane, right?
Mhm.
And then you have the other side. There's 2 lanes.
Okay, so it's not the right lane, it's
North and
the
south.
lane.
You're on
Flash
you're,
is going to
yeah,
the
north
video.
and south, all right? The burger shop's on the left. You're coming toward it. You're in the right lane. Burger shop's on the left. 2 lanes. Traffic coming to you, the lane that you're on. You have to cross the traffic coming to you to get to the burger shop, correct? What would you do? Look both ways and then turn in?
Probably, Your Honor.
Well, did he hit any
But
cars
there was
whenever
no
he turned
authorized
in?
area to make this turn, Your Honor. It was onto a sidewalk.
Let's say
There
you're
was no
going down the
driveway that he
interstate.
operated his vehicle to.
Let's say
It
you're
was
going
not
down
an
the
authorized area to
interstate.
make a turn.
Mr. Winchester, you're going to interstate. You want to pull on the side of the road. Check your tires to make sure they got air in them.
You
Is
pull
there
off to
any-
the right. You
is
don't
there
pull
any
off
au-
into oncoming traffic.
Is there any authorized spaces to pull over?
What?
I think the problem with this is I don't know the road you're talking about. I want to see it. I think we should go on a field trip.
Field trip?
Field
Sure.
trip.
Absolutely, sir.
I think that's a great idea.
Caught on the road.
Yo, best thing. You did this.
What?
Sorry, Your
Don't
Honor.
mind him. It's just the thing he says.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. It was a house with like a palm tree in front of it.
Permathons I do once a month, in which it's a
Was it this
subathon
one?
mixed with perma characters. So we make new characters based on simple ideas, and when they die, they die. When they go to jail for a serious sentence, they're gone for good. This is story number 3 so far.
I gotta figure out which house it was by sight. It was a house with a little like palm tree in front of it. Actually, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Or is it? No. It's this one.
I'm pretty sure you're breaking the law.
Let's see. Who was hatching it? I think it was this one. Let's see.
Hey! Roller derby starts in an hour! Should be interesting.
I like a good field trip.
Me too.
Now, Winchester, if you're wanting an example of driving on the sidewalk, you nailed it.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember. It was a tree just like this one. I'm pretty sure it was this tree.
Okay.
If only there were little hatchet marks on it.
You know, they got to import these from elsewhere. These aren't native to California. Do you know that?
All right.
Yeah, that's probably why it looks so shitty.
Cool story, Murphy. All right, so let's,
May I get out?
Which way was he coming? Well, no, he could stay in there because I haven't got to his statement of it. This is all you, Mr. Winchester.
Well, I mean, he wants to witness it so he knows what to contest or anything, right?
They
That's
can
just
see out
fair.
the window.
We can always come back when it's my turn.
Can you see? All right. I was up there talking to the individual. He came from that direction, driving that direction.
Wait, let me see it now. He came from which direction?
From there, driving that way,
Okay.
and cut across about yonder there, across, and stopped on the sidewalk about right where Ms. Nora is standing.
So he crossed the street on a 2-lane road and got on the sidewalk.
He doesn't realize the trial is
Oh,
There's no
outdoors right now.
driveways anywhere near here that he could have been turning into. He's not an authorized turn.
Let's say let's say my car was right here, okay? And I go to turn my car
Into a house.
through here. Go up on the sidewalk. Go park in the grass. Would that be illegal?
Yes?
Why?
Unauthorized turn? Or illegal turn? Is there a clear definitive route that somebody's taking in order to make this turn? Otherwise, it'd be very unsafe to just make these random turns across oncoming traffic. The whole point of traffic law is to keep everyone predictable. If we just allow people to go turn willy-nilly, then there's no point in a legal turn whatsoever.
All right, I'm going to give you illegal turn. Performing a turn at a stop sign or a red light without coming to a full or complete stop or failure to yield at a traffic or pedestrians. Making a left-hand turn where signs posted prohibited such turn.
Wow.
That is not anywhere close to what you're describing.
So you can literally just turn left anywhere you want to, any way possible, as long as there's not a specific sign that says, hey, you can't turn left here. I'm going to be driving down the highway. I want to make a turn across 6 lanes. I'm just going to make this left turn.
But he's
Bye.
not making a turn across 6 lanes. He's literally turning on a 2-lane like you would to go into a driveway. Except there's just the only difference is there's not a driveway right here.
Mm-hmm. And
The
instead
driveway
he decided to
doesn't
operate
make
his
it
vehicle
legal.
onto the sidewalk. And
Park his
stop the
vehicle on the
vehicle
sidewalk.
parallel on the sidewalk. Still go beyond the point. It doesn't matter if doesn't matter, sir. I suspected him of a crime. He still needs to identify
Charge is
himself.
reckless driving.
Suspect him of a what crime?
I suspected him of a traffic crime, of a traffic violation. He needs to
Which-
identify himself.
Which traffic crime did you suspect him of?
Chat, this is his
That's
RP
what
character.
I suspected him of.
Let's not
was operating a vehicle
be sure
on the
not to
sidewalk
cross
and driving
mix
an oncoming traffic.
RP with the player.
The
you know what
crime
I mean?
didn't happen.
The character with the player. It's something
But it
mix the two.
did, and I suspected him of committing it, and I needed to investigate and detain him to investigate. I didn't immediately throw him into arrest and immediately bill him, sir.
All right, let's go back to the
That's the whole
courthouse.
point is I suspected him of a crime.
Just
Let's
making
go back to
sure,
the
you know what I mean?
courthouse.
All right.
You're getting out fresh.
Wait, Murphy, you're telling me the charge was...
He's intentionally a hard-ass cop.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I just want to make that clear, because I know for everybody who's memeing, there's always going to be a couple people who have the wrong intentions. So, as a streamer, I got to make sure I point that out. You know what I mean? Just in case I feel it. You did this! I convinced Coil to double the character slots,
All right.
and we filled them up.
Continue with the story, Mr. Winchester.
Where did we leave off? Because he took off. I gave chase. Crashed.
Let's start where he takes off.
Oh, he took off and at a very, very high rate of speed. I attempted to pursue with lights and sirens. I ended up crashing and lost him.
I'll find when to delete.
He turned around while I was calling for medical assistance and drove by the scene, went back towards the way we came. And about a short time later, another officer, using the description I read out over the radio, located and apprehended him on Adams Apple Boulevard.
Okay, is that all you had to say?
Yeah, that's about it, sir.
All right. Mr. Murphy, do you wish to speak for your client? Or you wish you let your client speak themselves, or both?
There's one key detail that I would like to personally bring up. You know, obviously a lot happened in a short amount of time. I think he should have a chance to explain his side himself. But one key detail I will bring up is when my client did arrive on scene initially, it was agreed in holding between my client and Mr. Winchester that Winchester already had his lights and sirens on at that time. So my client asserts that he did not know he was being pulled over at that time in terms of the evading charge.
Okay. So
wait, so you're contradicting what you said down at PD then? So your lights and sirens weren't already on when you got there?
No, I told you at PD my lights were on, but my sirens were not. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to talk to the individual.
There were no sirens.
All right, well, the two things are kind of interchangeable as far as my point. Your lights were on already, so you didn't turn the lights on to effect a stop with him, which is where we're contesting the evading.
May I respond, Your Honor?
Sure.
I still request identification from your client. I still requested identification, requested him to provide state identification, requested him to stop and identify himself, and he refused and fled the scene.
Your Honor, without charges or any sort of information, my client is within his rights to refuse to be identified.
Request permission, Your Honor?
Uh-huh.
Just because I don't have him dead to rights doesn't mean I can't detain and investigate. While he's operating a motor vehicle on the public highways of the state, he's under contractual agreement that he is to be identified if we suspect him of disobeying a traffic law. I suspected him of disobeying a traffic law and requested identification. Just because I do not have a dead to rights doesn't mean I can't identify him. That's the whole point. Detain and identify.
Very good.
Shit.
All right. Mr. Brown, you got anything to say on that?
I just wanted to clarify that his lights were already on when he arrived, and that unless he was explained as much that he was suspected of a crime, he was within his rights to refuse to identify. Anything beyond that, I would give the floor to my client so he can tell you the full story.
Yes, of course.
Wait, before you start, I gotta ask, Mr. Winchester.
Yes, Your Honor.
Whenever you asked for his ID, was he detained?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I disagree.
All right, Mr. John Doe, tell me your side of the story, but first, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Ghost Stalker?
Absolutely.
Tell me your story.
My name is The Flash. I would like to help get rid of criminals by looking for any suspicious activities and reporting them. In order to assist what it is I do, I got a news reporter job, and I was looking into an incident. When I arrived at the scene, this officer asked me what my name was. I said, The Flash. He said, what is your name? And I said, The Flash, after which I left. Now, I never saw any sirens. I actually did not hear any. I didn't see any flashes. I did not hear any sirens.
You tell me the Flash didn't see any flashes?
I did not.
Okay.
Now, if he was much further behind me, I have no idea. But I drove. In fact, I actually doubled back at one point to make sure if there was any other statements. I noticed this man crashed on the side of a house. He had an opportunity to actually detain me then. I was not detained at any point.
He had an opportunity to detain you, so you think you should have been detained?
I don't believe so. In fact, I went and spoke with another police officer to let him know if there's anything he wants me to investigate, I could help. That is when I was pulled over and actually detained. I pulled my vehicle over and I got off as requested by the police officer. I don't know what his name was, but he had really long hair.
Did he ever come up to you and ask you for your ID or who you were?
He asked me who I was. I said my name is The Flash, as said on my ID had it not fallen out of my pocket.
Did you ask him if you were being detained?
I did not assume I was being detained.
Did
because
you ask him if you were being detained?
I did not.
Does the officer have to tell you you're being detained when you're detained?
I'm not sure.
Oh. So how do you know if you're being detained if you don't even know that?
The same reason why when I walk up to an officer, I don't assume I have to ask him, just for standing around.
Well, when the officer's asking you what your name is, couldn't it be a possibility that at that time you're detained?
There's a lot of possibilities. Maybe
There
he
is.
wanted to look up my towel. I'm not sure. He did not present himself or try to give any kind of indication that I was being detained. In fact, I simply came and requested if there's anything going on here. It was a very consensual conversation.
Right. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
Let me think. Is this the right time to bring up the fact that he allowed me to lose my, start to hyperventilate? Or is that for another case?
That wouldn't affect this case whatsoever. But
see.
It could be a civil case, but it wouldn't be anything to do with this case.
He did this. He also blew up my bike. He also watched a number of people get burned alive as he
blew up your
watched.
bike?
That's right.
Capital D. Colon Winchester. You never said this. You blew up his bike?
He
I
did
had
this.
arrived on scene after he was already detained, and his bike just kind of exploded. I'm not even sure how.
And then I
Okay.
started having an asthma attack. He did nothing. He laughed.
Oop, don't
I'm not
ignore
medically
that.
trained, sir. I can't identify the symptoms.
There was EMS
or
on the
treat
scene.
Or...
So the
Yeah,
EMS is
because
to
I
blame?
called-
He did not call on the EMS while I was hyperventilating in his arms.
Well, I think that would be a civil court case. I don't know. That'd be something you probably want to take up civilly. But is there anything else you want to add?
My point here is, I had no idea I was being detained. He did not indicate he was being detained. It sounded like a casual conversation till I drove off. I even doubled back. For another matter,
Mr. Winchester, did you ever tell him he was being detained?
I didn't realize that I needed to yell at people that I approach. Hello, you're detained. You can no longer leave. Hello, sir, you're detained. Every time I make approach to someone, I did demand his state identification. He refused. I said
I did not refuse. I said my name was The Flash.
He said
You did
he was
not
the
ask for
Flash, and
specifics.
I said I need your state identification.
Well,
he refused to provide that, stating he wanted to keep his
it's a tricky
identity
situation
secret.
there, right, Winchester? Because like, when you pull someone over, the lights behind you show that they're being detained. That's what the sirens mean. The lights, right? When you approach someone on the street, how would you detain them?
I didn't understand that. I wasn't aware that we had to immediately walk up to somebody and say, "Hello, you're detained." It's like, "Tag, you're it." "Hello, you're detained." "Hello, you're detained." "Hello,
Good
you."
point.
Yep, you.
Seems
you're
pretty
detained.
standard to me, though.
Sir, you're detained. Sir, you're also detained. You can't go anywhere. You're detained.
You just go up
In
to them
the
and say, "Hi, I'm
in
going
the
to be
same
detaining you
sense,
at
are
this
we all
time for
being
an
detained here, right?
investigation. Please cooperate."
Well,
you know,
let's
it's
calm
pretty
I
down.
would
easy.
assume
calm
that it
down.
should be knowledgeable that if I'm demanding your state identification, you're refusing to identify, tell you to step off the bike, and so I can identify you, and you flee.
Now he's just making up stories.
Well, that's a tough one, right? Because you're saying you're demanding it, right? But an officer can casually walk up to you and ask for your ID. That doesn't mean you have to give it to them. That's a consensual thing, unless they're being detained, which they'd say you're being detained, but you're not under arrest.
So if they flee on foot before I can physically tell them, or if they take off on a motorcycle before I can even get a word off on them, then they're not technically evading, and they didn't commit a crime. Is what you're stating, Your Honor.
I never came to a conclusion. I'm just trying to listen to this.
Well, I'm just getting around to what it sounds like you're.
Sir, I would like to
all right,
argue.
Whenever I'm asking you things, I haven't made a decision. I'm just getting to the bottom of things and bouncing things back and forth. All right.
If I may, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I don't believe he even remembers the story very well. He asked me for my name before I even got on the bike. I told him twice. My name is the Flash. I don't know if he why he asked me twice. But when I got on the vehicle, he said none of that. I drove off. Had he yelled at me and said, "Sir, I need you to stop right this moment. You are being detained," or any kind of indication that would imply that he needs to question me, I would have certainly stopped, just as I did for the other cop.
All right. Does anybody have anything else to say? Go ahead.
He says as he did for the other officer, but the other officer had to deploy a taser to get him to stop.
That is incorrect.
That is actually
we had
correct,
taser
Your Honor.
prongs.
Shit!
Would you tase him off the
Hey,
bike?
it was you. May I have him, Deputy
He needs
Diaz,
to
come
be
speak, Your
coming
Honor?
sworn in and not outbust in my courtroom as a police officer. He knows better than that.
Yes, Your Honor,
Sorry,
we
Your Honor.
apologize. I'd like to request Deputy Diaz, who was the actual apprehending officer.
Come up here, Diaz.
Hey, Coyote.
Is it Diaz
Yeah.
or Diaz?
Diaz.
Not close enough.
What was that guy's name again?
The defendant?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a name.
He's
So,
still yet to be identified by this
If he
court.
goes, if he's guilty, he's held for ice.
Okay. Okay. Don't let me interrupt.
All right. Mr. Diaz, you want to tell the truth about the truth, so help you, Ghost Stalker?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
All
Praise Mitch.
Is a bitch. Go. Tell me what happened, Diaz.
During the second incident, the individual asked to have a word with me at a traffic stop, so I pulled him. I was parked at a traffic light. He came up along the driver's side vehicle of driver's hand side of my vehicle. Asked to have a word with me. I told him to pull it around to the right. I then called over dispatch to confirm whether or not this was the same suspect that evaded earlier. Once I confirmed with Deputy Winchester here that it was in fact the same individual, I stepped out of my vehicle. The suspect was off his bike. I told him not to move, place his hands above his head, face away from me. He then proceeded to try and get on his bike and take off, at which point I deployed a taser before he started moving on the bike.
Okay, okay.
I would like to reply to this.
Go ahead and reply to that.
Absolutely. I did get back on my bike. I never turned it on. I went to go see if there was anything in the glove compartment, the little panel in the front.
Is that all you had to say?
Absolutely.
Mr. Diaz, did he ever get on the bike?
He got back on the bike and then revved it. As I tased him, his bike actually took off forward about a meter, and then it burst its gas tank and started leaking gas all over the place.
I'd like to interject and say,
And what was the orders you gave him again, Mr. Diaz?
To face away from me, place his hands above his head.
All right. Well, and Flash, go ahead and
yes, the taser was deployed before I even got on the bike. The reason it moved forward is because of momentum. My body flopped and threw the bike forward.
So tell me, when an officer tells you that you need to put your hands above your head and face away from him, why would you go and get in your glove department?
Because I assumed he was going to need my identification. At that
That's
point,
not
I
what
knew
he
I
asked
was
you
being
to do.
detained.
He didn't say, "Sir, can I get your ID or identification?"
He made that
said,
statement
"Put your
as I
hand-"
was getting on the bike. I did not
Yes,
have an
is that
opportunity.
true?
Sorry, can you repeat?
When you made the statement to put his hands up in the air and face away from you, was he already getting on the bike? Or
Negative. He was facing towards me, asking me what's going on. I told him to face away from me. Then he proceeded to get on the bike about a second or two later.
Okay. Anybody outside of anything to say?
Are we calling him the Flash?
This is not what happened.
Yeah, I guess. All right, I'm gonna put the court to recess, go into deliberation. Come on, Coop.
Hey, would you just let Dennis know that I was in court today?
Yeah.
For like 8 hours.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, you're welcome.
It's a
You
traffic-
did this.
a
That is
traffic
not what
registrar.
happened.
Lady. Miss Lady.
All right, calm down, calm down.
I
all
demand
right?
video
This
evidence.
suddenly got very
Jesus.
full in here.
See what happened here
Miss
is
Lady?
probably the cops
Lady?
gotten a little text
I don't think it
messages
was.
and
My friend.
got him down here
We
to
tried to
back
get
up
I
a-
the story.
see.
There's
Holy
a hearing
shit.
right now.
Cops
Okay.
line for other cops.
Wait,
I see how it is.
Here.
Yep, yep.
Who are they getting
Please?
paid by?
Is he allowed to film in the courtroom?
They don't get
I don't
paid
know,
by
it's up to the
anybody. They
judge.
just help each other
Okay.
out. They just suck each other's dicks, you know.
I see. What's my
Miss
best course
Lady?
of action?
Miss
Just
Nora?
when you're
Madam?
done, Diaz, okay?
I don't know.
Yep.
I'd
yep,
say
that's
it's
what
like
we're done here.
50-50
I
right
want
now.
$1,000 on the
Okay,
radio.
come
Excuse
here.
me, sir.
About it,
Can
yep.
you step behind the line,
Wait,
please?
what?
I said
want
once
to
we're
try to
done
talk
here
with
I
with
say you
this,
got a pretty
I'll,
good
I'll
chance of
actually
beating
talk with
this,
Thank
but
you.
I don't know. It all depends on
How am I
whether
gonna beat this if the
initial-
officer's lying?
And then I could,
whether the initial
relax a little bit.
stop,
This
you
will
know,
happen. I
Well,
want
I'm
you to
excited for that
whether
case too,
you were
Nora.
effectively
It's
detained
probably
at
the
that
big
point.
one, so-
Yeah, thank you
and
for the
could
No, it's,
$6.99.
it's a
legally
doozy.
ID'd.
It is an
Yeah.
You have
absolute
to
I
doozy.
give
know,
It was my
crazy.
first ever. It was my
That's
first ever like.
what this case is about. So I
first ever
think we're
case.
still good on that.
Okay.
Even
Very
after
good.
the second
Oh, well,
officer
you
comes
know what?
in and talks about what happened.
I need to be talked to about what's going
but I don't know.
That's
We'll
going to
see.
court.
We'll see.
What case?
It's an interesting case.
Pliskin.
My character's
I
not
don't know
gonna
what you're
run.
talking about.
Okay, well,
Exactly.
actually, I do need to talk to you about something else.
Probably never gonna happen.
He did this.
Wait, what? Oh.
He did.
I
He
do
did
need to
do
talk
this.
to you about other
He
things.
did this.
So, when I'm done with.
I'd like everyone to know here.
Yeah,
I think-
it's gonna
I think it'll
toss
be
all
fine.
This
my
cop is a
pictures
liar.
into the ocean tonight. If anybody would like to
He
come
did
to
this.
a Viking funeral, it will be mine.
This is all over parking on the
We're gonna pile
sidewalk.
it up on a boat, and we're going to light it on
crazy.
fire.
What the fuck is going on anyway?
I parked on
Hey,
the
what's up?
sidewalk, and now ICE is investigating me.
That's
Yeah,
not
it's pretty
bad
much
for
the
you.
long
Can't
short
we
of it.
jump on that flaming boat?
Why are you wearing
Do
a
it.
Christmas sweater in
Mr.
July?
Flash, can we get a statement for the viewers?
You were wearing
Absolutely.
Christmas
Oh,
sweater
God.
just last week.
I'm wearing a Christmas.
My name is the Flash.
This is a Satan sweater, not a Christmas sweater.
I've been
Hail
aiming
Santa.
to try to crush criminals
Says
and
Hail
crime.
Santa.
Investigate. I parked on a sidewalk today,
Dyslexic Satan sweatshirt.
and I was since tased. Not allowed medical attention. I had multiple asthmatic attacks, all while this
Probably.
man
Didn't
watched.
you get him?
I've already forgotten
Didn't
you're
you
there.
Get him medical twice.
I'm gonna sue the police
Didn't
department.
Didn't we get him
Have
medical?
you tried
Like a
even when the
bro? That might help with your asthma.
Shit.
huh?
I am looking for a lot of money, enough to make myself a
It's fine.
or
It's a
headquarters,
story for the
underground preferably.
It's not
Yeah.
like anybody watches that news station anyway,
That's
right?
right.
Fuck you up like a viper. Hot dogs.
Whoa!
Get down.
Hold on, you get
Get
hot
down.
dogs. You can't be up there. No, you can't be up there. Get down from
Madam,
Get down.
get off there.
I'll remove you with my stick. Get down.
Yeah,
Stick
the
up.
vehicle didn't move. I know.
You don't want her stick. I'm
These
telling
are the
you.
moments.
bang.
These are the moments
Gremlin,
where
as your lawyer and sometimes
These are the
fuck buddy,
moments
I
you
advise
wish
you get
there
down
was-
from that.
video evidence
There's grass
on a
there.
vehicle,
Be to have
especially on a
something
first
How do you know it's
offense,
say that he's your
because
fucking
now what
best
is
friend.
otherwise a crime-free
Yeah, he's all like, I
character's
advise you
record
as
is
not only as a legal
tarnished.
counsel, but as your fuck buddy.
Some people just
No,
need
it's
a
my
little
stick.
release of
It's been
tension.
real. I appreciate everything.
Oh my
They
Oh,
god.
I agree.
Sexual
Be safe.
healing.
It's a noble cause.
Because then you can argue the video. You know what I mean?
I have no comment at this time. I will open up for
hello?
comments after the verdict
Court
is
back in
rendered.
session. I'm just,
Ah!
here for a little bit.
The
My
fuck?
name is Judge Coop Holiday. Sir, in the
Mr. Cooper. Hi, Cooper. How are you doing, Mr. Cooper?
Mr. Cooper.
yeah,
Hey,
I
You
Mr.
saying Coop Holiday?
I am.
Hey,
I am
Cooper.
Judge.
Goggles in your pocket.
I
that was Nemo.
I still do have my job.
That's why. Right there.
So, excuse me, sir. You said your name is the Flash.
How about you display some professionalism?
That is correct.
Okay. What is your legal name, sir?
The Flash.
Okay. Can you present any kind of identification to show to us so that if we are to render a verdict, we would know who it would go under?
It would be under the Flash. That is my government name.
Okay.
Do you
Can
want me
you
to
go,
retrieve an ID from him?
Yeah, we need to get an ID. So if
We
can
already
get
went
a-
through this before. It falls out of my pockets. That's why we're here.
Oh dear.
Uh-huh.
So the
yeah, he has
problem is
nothing in his pockets. You know what I mean?
I
Okay.
tried to tell this man this. That's why we're here. I parked on a sidewalk, and now I have ICE coming after me.
Okay, Olivia, don't do this.
Okay, so
Don't
the,
do
the problem is with Judge Coyote and myself to render any kind of verdict or any kind of decision of any kind of nature, we got to know who it's against.
Oh,
If we
God,
don't
I'm
know who
sorry.
you are, then we can't do anything. So we're gonna have to, can you make a phone call? Like can your mom call me or something?
Yes,
like
of course. One
That's
second.
your mom's number.
My mom's number is 555-80085.
that? Okay.
Your Honor, are we going to be able to prove that whoever answers that phone is the mother without some kind of birth certificate or proof of anything like that?
Can you prove that your mother?
Yes.
So who is your mother? What's her name?
Give me a bandage.
I would like to keep that between you and the judges and myself.
So, if we were to, with an officer within range, if we were to bring you back in our private quarters, would you reveal your name to us?
I would not. I would be comfortable telling the judges, but not the police. Today they have showed me
It'll
they are
just be
willing
to
to
us.
lie in front of court.
It'll just be us, but a law enforcement officer may remain in distance just for our own safety.
Interesting.
Look, I'll cover my eyes and I'll look at the wall.
Is this something you're willing to do?
In the private chambers, possibly. Maybe we can discuss there.
Okay. I would. Do you want Mr. Braun there as well? I mean, as
Yes.
your legal representative.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm more than happy to, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, Copper, and let's bring him over to the judge chambers and let's try to figure
Your
out.
Honor,
this-
may I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a word of warning.
You
there
did
ain't shit
this.
underneath that towel.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. What was that? I didn't hear him over.
Just-
You did this.
Yeah, Your Honor, just a word of warning. There ain't nothing underneath that towel. Just so you're aware. Don't,
He's
Are
making
you-
fun of my client's penis,
fall for
Your
it.
Honor.
Are you stating the man doesn't have a penis?
Is that what you were saying, or were you saying he's not wearing it?
Defamation.
Just a word of
Okay.
warning in case for sensitive viewers like yourself, Mr. Nemo.
I'm sorry. What did you just call me?
Mr. Nemo?
Winchester's making fun of my client's genitalia at this time.
Are you calling me? Are we gonna go through this again, Winchester?
That's Nemo Chavez, isn't it?
Okay. All right.
I'm very sorry that you had to go
See.
through that, Mr. Flash.
See?
I understand.
See what we
I tried to tell him my name is the Flash.
Can you go through?
I'm holding you back. I'm holding you back.
You go. Why you do that? Why you piss off the
This is my mother's number. I'll write it down.
and you're doing it intentionally to piss off? Do you want a guilty verdict? or
Okay.
not?
Again, Mr. Flash, I'm very sorry about the very, very insensitive and inappropriate remarks about your
I understand.
genitalia.
Okay, so
by the
unfortunately,
Deputy Winchester.
we can't whisper, back here anymore. Apparently, so.
What do you mean?
Because I think they can hear it. See how they can still hear us. So we're gonna just, in our little phone here, it's got
Right.
the TeamSpeak app. Just go into the judge chambers.
Okay.
We'll get everyone in there. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I can't believe how long this is going.
Sometimes I wonder about you.
I just.
I don't think this is going to work.
Why not?
Well, because I think we might have an issue if we don't have a quick conversation.
Nah, I do it all the time during my verdicts.
Okay,
It's kind of how we have to do it now.
I see.
Okay. Let me get the attorney in here as well.
Of course.
Okay. All right. All right. So, is Mr. Braun?
Do we
you
break
in
character in here?
I mean, are you not the Flash? Is that what you're
I
trying
am
to
the
state to us?
Flash.
Are you?
My
So-
name is actually the Flash.
So you're gonna break. So you're in character as the
Right.
Flash currently.
But
Okay.
playing a
So what is your
superhero
real-
called the Flash.
Okay.
And my ID
As
says
the
Flash.
lowercase, the uppercase Flash.
So can you just present your like legal ID to me?
I would, but it keeps falling out of my pocket.
Okay. So we're gonna have to hold you. We need some kind of we need a document.
If you,
when
if
some-
you look it up on the computer over there, it should be able to show it up. I can give you my date of birth. Maybe the public records. Birth records.
Is it THE or THA?
THE space FLASH.
Hey, just a suggestion. You should consider THA.
Yeah, a
what-
little,
what-
little more,
what-
little
what-
more
hey,
of a,
what was
you know,
set you
edge
on
to
this?
it.
You might notice it coming up there on the computer system.
What do you think, Coyote? Do you see this?
Yeah. I see the screen.
His name is the Flash.
Well, his full name isn't the Flash.
But I mean,
I would appreciate if my secret identity was kept to you. I have not been trying to break any crimes. In fact, I wish to remain crime-free. What happened today was quite disturbing to me.
no problem, Leon.
Please, call me the Flash.
So,
I'm on the side
Okay.
of justice. I only wish to investigate and pass on that information to those in authority. But today, while investigating what was a crime, I became the criminal. At least that's what that police officer said. They sat there. He sat there trying to convict me of things, even though I did nothing. And
well,
now
let's
his
not
friend
talk
comes
about
in
the
and
case.
lies.
Let's not get
Of
into the
course.
case. This was
Understood.
purely for your identification for whatever
Understood.
is rendered. All right.
I would appreciate
so
if you
let's,
kept my name, The Flash. Would not like it going out to public record. That could be a issue for me.
we would never encourage anyone to break character.
Understood.
What? I do it all the time.
Excellent, excellent.
Not character. I'm saying releasing my full name.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we know you're not really. I mean, you just told us that you're breaking character, so we get it. We'll role play with you here a little bit. We'll meet
what?
you halfway.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're not really a super.
I am a superhero. Let me ask you a question.
You know anybody
What makes a
dressed like that
superhero a
who's
superhero?
not a superhero?
I mean,
Matthew McConaughey.
Well, hey. Okay, let's.
I believe you
let's,
two are superheroes. You, Coop Holiday, are a superhero. Think about it.
I've been told that on multiple
You stand
occasions.
in front of you stand
Me
in front
too.
of a defendant and prosecution. You try to bring law and order to this city. That, in my eyes, is a superhero. What differentiates you and me is the mask.
The anonymity is the power of the superhero to not be subject to the same rules of social judgment as other people.
Do you think people started caring when you put on the mask?
I wear the mask and I hide my identity in case my loved ones are targeted. I would not want that to happen.
Exactly.
You understand, like, if I see a crime take place and I go let somebody know, like those in authority, that puts everybody I love at risk.
Do you have an ally?
I have none. I thought the police would be my ally, which is why I went to go speak with this Diaz character. I did not expect him to turn on me like this, especially over something I had no idea about,
Okay.
and then lie in front of the stand.
So, what if we do something a little, Coyote? This is mainly your case, but what if we entertain a let's just say unprecedented, verdict here.
I've already made up my mind on my verdict.
Okay. Now, well, maybe
Maybe we should leave you two to talk about it. I should probably leave.
Right.
This
Get out
sounds
of
like something we shouldn't deal with.
Just walk around. Just walk.
Yeah,
Go.
let's
Just walk around.
just- we'll just go.
walk around.
Just
All right.
Hey, let's make him, instead of going to jail, he has to, like, catch a criminal.
Wait,
I don't think.
All right.
I don't think it is. Oh.
He's got a towel on.
All right. All right.
Well, he came out first. I actually got a little bit afraid for a second.
You did this. I need food. Does anyone have any food here for a superhero? You probably do.
I got no food at all. Sorry, buddy.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
What's up, OJ? How the fuck does the Flash run in fucking sandals?
All right.
Wait,
That's really
my
quick.
inventory showed up for a second.
I'm
You
gonna
mind
put
throwing that on the
this
ground
book-
one more time? I could use another burger. My pockets seem to have issue. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm gonna put this court back into session. All right, so we do know the identity of this man. I will say that this is a really weird court case, but I broke it down the best I could. Officer Winchester, you did detain him. Whether he knew he was being detained or not is irrelevant. That was the way you detained him was correct. You do not have to tell them they're being detained if they're being detained if it's pretty obvious that they're being detained. But the thing is, the detainment was unlawful.
Excuse me, get
There
the
was no
camera
crime.
out of my
Even if you
face.
suspect them of the crime you suspected them was unlawful. You picked literally nothing. You try to ID them off of nothing, and I don't like that. Unfortunately for you, I'm a constitutional judge, and that's not the best judge to have on this case because I will always protect the Constitution. I do believe that stop was unlawful, but that doesn't give the defendant any right whatsoever to drive at high rates of speed to leave you. But we run into another issue. Even though he was driving high rates of speed away from you, he wasn't charged for driving high rates of speed away from you. He was charged with reckless evading. He can't evade if the stop's unlawful. Supreme Court ruled several times that if anyone is unlawfully detained, they can do anything they can to fight that detainment. How can you reckless evade something that was an unlawful detainment in the first place? That's protected under the Supreme Court. You could have charged him with the crimes of driving like a lunatic. You could have charged him with reckless driving, but you didn't. Those aren't the charges I have in front of me. The charges I have in front of me are reckless evading, which he didn't do because he couldn't evade because he was never detained because the detainment was unlawful. I'm going to find him not guilty of the reckless evading. Although I do think he
Your
is
Honor,
guilty
come on.
of numerous
Nora's
traffic violations. I think he's guilty of reckless driving. I think he's guilty of disobeying a lawful order with Mr. Diaz. But those aren't the charges I was brought here. The charges that were brought here were reckless evading. And how can I find a man guilty of reckless evading when he's invading a detainment that wasn't legal in the first place? Case closed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that. And my anonymity.
That was a lot of karma all at once.
Whoa.
No problem, John.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
You know,
wrong?
sometimes I gotta
How does
really
nobody? How did
not-
nobody guess John?
Coop, I think you should probably take the day off because
I-
you're already fucking up.
Yep. Hey, just please, just let
Tell-
Dennis know
yeah,
I
you were
was
here
in
8 hours.
court.
10
8
hours.
hours.
10
I did
hours.
like 9 bench trials.
All
Hey,
right.
actually, does anyone need a bench trial?
You're
right
you're
now?
FYI, if
working
you don't
real
know,
hard,
that's not
burning
actually-
the candle at both ends,
Your Honor,
Coop.
I actually do need something.
What do you need?
Judge Holiday.
Yeah.
Well, is
Well,
this,
Officer
is,
Diaz,
is, is
you
this
already
court
said
not in session
can-
anymore?
No, it's closed.
Okay.
If I could just make one
Diaz,
statement.
you're able to take him into
You
custody
did
now,
this.
'cause as he said, he's guilty of other charges.
Flash, can we get
Can I do that even though he...
Absolutely. Perhaps outside on the courthouse, steps.
You got
Stick
it to the man, bro.
Camera.
Thank you.
Good job,
Flash coming through.
Get out of my way late. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He did this.
He did this.
All right, Flash, are you ready to be interviewed?
I am.
All right, let me get in the shot. Saeed, can you please bring the microphone over so we get a second mic on this? Okay, in 3, 2, Flash, in 3, 2, 1. All right. New Clinics 955, the box. We are here with the man who is innocent in court, the one, the only, the Flash. Flash, how'd you feel about court? Would you like to give a statement?
Absolutely. Mr. Winchester did this. I'm an innocent man. I mean well. I wish to uncover crimes around the city. He did this. I'm the Flash. Watch out. I will be investigating you.
You heard it here first. Los Santos, the Flash is a free man. Dropped of all charges, and he is pursuing evildoers in Los Santos. I'm Duke Lennox, 955, the box.
I'm also going to be suing the police department.
My friend. All right, thank you, Flash. That was awesome.
All right, Duke it and roll it. Next, all right, next sequence. All right, radio.
All right,
we're
doing the giveaway. We're doing the giveaway.
Do that now. Here we go. Let's do it.
Okay, hold on. Let me cue it up.
Oh, Coppa, you gotta do this, Coppa.
Okay.
No, I already
It
did
is
an interview
time
with them
for
today.
Pete on the street.
You did the contest?
We're giving away $1,000 in
no.
cash right now. If you could guess the name of the song, can I get a volunteer to play
Hold
Pete on the street?
hold on. Everybody, hold your phone. Impromptu here, all right? Just because, we're going to do party time, I'm going to up this here, $4,000 more, $5,000 if you guess this song here, brought to you by Life Invader, huh?
Slow down.
Oh, go Diaz, pick Diaz.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick me. I got this.
All right, Wait, officer, you played before.
Deputy.
didn't
Yeah,
you?
but now it's like quadruple prizes, so I get to play again.
Well, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You know what?
Did
We'll
he
make it
leave?
That's
fair.
only
Would
fair.
anybody else like to do Flash? You want to play for $5,000?
Absolutely. I could use this for my new vehicle.
Shit.
Flash, okay. Let's do this. Now, Flash, I'm going to play a song.
If he
and
loses,
you can get
I'm
it
jumping
right
in.
within 10 seconds. I need the artist and the name of the song, and no cheering from the peanut gallery. All right,
Understood.
Flash, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Flash, I'm going to play this track for you. You tell me the name of the song and the artist in 3, 2,
All right.
Looking motherfucker staring down on me with his Who sings this song, Flash?
Little
Give me the
Tugs.
title. And what is the name of the song, Flash?
Resurrection.
My friend.
Is that your final answer, Flash?
That is correct. Little Tugs Resurrection.
My friend.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great, mister. What's your PayPal number?
Hey, Flash, can we get a plug-in for the radio station like this, The Flash, and you're listening to 95.5 The Box?
This is The Flash, and you're listening to 99.5 The Box.
Deputy Diaz. All right. Thank you, Flash.
I don't want it.
All right, mister. What's your PayPal
we're
number?
off.
That was good.
Oh, thank you very much. He's my favorite artist.
Oh, you're a pretty great guy. I love this, Mr. Target. What's your PayPal number, my friend?
Oh, my PayPal is 75.
All right, my friend. Here for you, $5,000.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh, this is great.
This guy got off of all charges and won $5,000. Go play the lotto.
Oh, this is good.
That's a good idea.
Oh, well, my friend, if you want to do investment in Bitcoin, you can do it, you never know. Or you can go to Mr. Timmer Lee and do this gambler for his
Take that money to the next level at Tim Lee's Casino.
Oh.
Really? I'll have to speak
Plug
to
it,
him about this.
in 3, 2, 1.
I see you
Are
just earned
ready?
$5,000. I do operate a blackjack table
Mr. Lee, would you
moments
like to
away
give a
from here.
statement on the casino tonight?
Well, the casino has been dealing cards all day and will continue to deal them all night. It's 21 blackjack. Thank you very much.
Blackjack
I better
is
put this
Emily
away.
Casino. If you need the place that you gotta be.
I did it. I won today. I will keep on winning.
Oh, is he trying to run into our car?
a ride?
I wish.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm just gonna come over this way. What a crazy ride, dude!